welcome back to my channel. I'm Sierra, also known as C's Library, and for today's video we're going to do a little cozy flip through of my first 2025 book journal. This is my first book journal for 2025. I love the chunkiness of it. As I added like scraps and book reviews, it got like bigger, which it usually does, and I think it's really cute. I will need probably like 2 or 3 more for the rest of the year since it is only the beginning of April. But yeah, look at that. Isn't it cute? I hate that this washi tape kept peeling up here. And there was another washi tape over here, but I don't think washi tape was the best decoration from my journal this time around, especially the texture of this journal. It didn't want to stay, so I know for next time. So let's go take a look at what's inside this book journal. This was my first time using the pre-made table of contents in my book journal, so I like being able to track where each review will be. I have a lot more space on my tracker because I made it for the entire year knowing I'm gonna have multiple journals for it, so all of this will be filled out throughout the year. It's just pretty empty right now. Again, with this one, it has more space in it for the rest of my reads throughout the year. This is a little tracker for me to know which color marker I'm using, and then just a little cover page that says what each color means. This is one of my favorite spreads of my journal just because I like the colors and the style of it so much. I left a lot of space on this page for future buddy reads, but I don't like the design of it very much. I think this page has the most mistakes of any spread in my journal. Again, another one with a lot of space for me to add on to, but I didn't like its design very much. Just like with my reading trackers, how I left a lot of space in there, I put all of my monthlies in my first journal for the year just so that way I would have one thing to look back on for all of my 2025 reads. And now we get into all of my reviews. Every time I make a new journal entry, I feel like I learn a little bit more about my journaling style, and that makes everyone after that a little bit nicer to me, so I love the growth throughout this journal. This entry was actually one of my favorite spreads of this journal, even though I didn't like either of the poetry books that much. Now this one, I did love this book a lot, and I think the entries really reflect that. I feel like this page just has a little bit too much going on for me. I don't like how I did the title for this one. I was trying something new and it just didn't pay off in my opinion. I really love this book, and unfortunately, unlike my other one, I don't feel like my entry reflected that. I love this entry and I love this book, so I'm really happy with how this page came out. This one is one of my nonfiction reads, and I really loved learning about the mushrooms, and I had so many mushroom stickers to go with this entry, so I'm really happy with how both of these spreads came out. One of the things I struggle with a lot in journaling is when a book doesn't necessarily fit my vibe. I feel really frustrated like making a review for it because it doesn't feel like I'm being true to the story, if that makes any sense at all. This is another spread that I feel like just has way too much going on. I thought it was going to turn out really cute, and then I felt really disappointed because I did love this book, and so I wanted it to be one of those things I could look back on and be happy to see, but I kind of regret this page. I really like the lightness of this spread, and I really love this book. I just feel like there's not enough elements here. I love layering all of my elements on my journal and getting to mix up different materials for it. Here's another monthly poetry spread, and I really like the stamp I used in the top corner. I like how this one turned out. Since this one is a graphic novel, I try to use this like cartoony text for the titles, and I like trying that out, but it's not my thing. This entry feels so empty and just lacking to me, but oh well, I mean, the book was good. This is both one of my favorite books for this journal and one of my favorite entries in this journal. I really loved using these pink stamps and just the design of it overall. It just feels very cutesy and fitting to the book. This is another one of my monthly poetries. I clearly was trying to use my stamps up, but I didn't like how this page turned out. I don't know if this series is just cursed for me because I also love this book, but my spread just didn't turn out well. No comment on this page. Another one that I just feel like could have used a little bit more elements. When I don't have a lot to say about a book, I try to add bigger elements so it takes up more of the text space. I am both obsessed with this book and this spread. I really love the stickers I used here. It was from a special set I have, and I thought that they all fit the theme of Wisteria so well. I honestly can't even describe how in awe I am of this spread. I can't even believe I made this. It makes me so happy to look at this page. Even page 2 of this review is so pretty, and I love the elements here. Okay, we're getting to some of the reviews I haven't posted on my Instagram yet, so here's a little sneak preview, but you'll still see them on my page. The style of this one is a little more neutral and a little less pink, but I still think this one is a really pretty spread in this journal. I like the witchy vibes of this spread. It just feels so fitting to this graphic novel. This book was really good and interesting, and I feel like this spread really shows the girly cutesiness that has all that horror underneath. At the end of each of my book journals, I always do a little journal reflection, which is just basically talking about the things that I'm talking about in this voiceover, just things that worked and things that didn't. And I think it really helps me to know going forward what I want to do in my book journals. And that's the completed journal. And that's about it for me today. I hope you like taking a look at my book journal. If you want to see more of my 2025 journals, stick around. I will be posting more on here and on my Instagram at seas.library. Later this week, I'll actually be posting about some of my new pages in my second book journal for 2025. So go check that out when you can. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And have a great week. Happy reading. I'm going to be posting... So I think that was perfect. Did I do good? Oh my god.